Good afternoon. Here I am with another three question 18, 19, 20. I have erased 18th and 19th question in order to make some space. So let's discuss question number 18. In 18th question, we have cyclohexanamine and that is treated with nitrous acid HNO2. We know that aliphatic amine when treated with nitrous acid, that is a diazotization reaction, and it itself is a combination of NaNO2 plus HCl. So whenever any aliphatic amine is treated with this nitrous acid, that means through diazotization reaction we get alcohol. Aromatic amine gives diazonium chloride, but aliphatic amine gives alcohol. So in first step we will get alcohol, then PCC. This will oxidize. PCC is pyridinium chlorochromate, which oxidizes 1 degree alcohol into aldehyde and 2 degree alcohol into ketone. So this is a 2 degree alcohol, cyclohexanol. You will get ketone. And after this reaction is very important. NaOH, that is concentrated NaOH, and then heat. So this is the aldol reaction. Why aldol? This is a ketone. This alpha carbon having hydrogen. So what will happen? Two molecules of aldehyde or ketone when treated with dilute or concentrated NaOH or base, we get aldol. And when aldol is heated, what we get? We get alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. So see here, if I am taking two molecules of this cyclohexanone and I am treating with this NaOH, how will the product form? Convert one ketone into alcohol, and this hydrogen we obtain from the other ketone from alpha carbon. So hydrogen from this carbon has been shifted to this. That means this carbon and this carbon will get attached. Okay, so this is aldol, ketone and alcohol. But since we are heating this compound, OH from here and hydrogen from here will get removed in the form of water, and you will get this type of alkene. So the final product will be this. Now in 19th question, we are given some molecules and we have to tell which molecule will give iodoform test. So in order to find a molecule which will give iodoform test, we know that compounds having this group, methyl ketone, methyl alcohol and methyl halogen, this type of compound gives haloform test. Okay, so the molecules that we are given, one is this here, methyl and methyl. So this will give haloform test because this is a ketone group and this is methyl. So methyl ketone group is present in this molecule, that will give haloform test. Second molecule is this, that is a ester and ketone, but this ketone is not having methyl group at the adjacent carbon, so it will not give haloform test. Now the third compound is simple compound acetophenone. Simply you can see here is methyl ketone group, it will give haloform test. And the last molecule, one more, we are having 5 molecule. This molecule, this will give haloform test. Why? Carbon having alcohol and here we are having methyl group, so it will give haloform test. And the last molecule is this methyl, okay, and here ketone, this will not give haloform test. Why? We are having ketone, but this carbon is not in the form of methyl group. Methyl is having at this carbon. We want ketone and then here methyl. If this group is present, only haloform test will be obtained. So out of these 5 molecules, 3 molecules will give haloform test. Now what is a haloform test? For example, the first molecule that we have, this COCH3, this and this. When this molecule is treated with iodine I am taking the example of iodoform. So iodine, 3 moles of iodine and 4 moles of NaOH, and it is heated. So any molecule which contains this type of group, methyl ketone, and you treat with the iodine sodium hydroxide or chlorine sodium hydroxide or bromine sodium hydroxide. Either you can take chlorine, bromine or iodine. So what you will get, no effect on this part, it will remain intact, only this will get oxidized into carboxylate ion, and this methyl will get converted into iodoform. A yellow PPT of iodoform will be obtained. 3 moles of NaI and 3 or 4 moles of H2O. 3 moles of H2O. Okay, so this is a balanced equation for haloform reaction. You can check out for water molecule. Now the last question, that is 20th question. In this question we have to find out which graph is correct for this reaction. Okay, you can see that this is a 3-degree alkyl halide, not alkyl halide. Okay, alkyl halide, because at the carbon we are having 3 phenyl group, but the halogen is attached with this carbon. So this 3-degree alkyl halides, and when this halogen will depart, carbon will have a positive charge, it will become a carbocation, and we know that this will be a very stable carbocation. Because this is a very stable carbocation, this molecule will give SN1 reaction. You already know that 3-degree alkyl halide gives SN1 reaction very fast. So since it is a 3-degree alkyl halide and it will give a very fast SN1 reaction, rate of reaction will be equal to K and the concentration of this C6H5 whole thrice CCl. Okay, so you can see that rate of reaction depends on the concentration of one molecule. One molecule, unimolecular reaction, and also first order reaction. So this is a first order reaction. Okay, now you can see that rate is not depending on the concentration. Though this can't be true, because rate is directly proportional to concentration. Here we are given rate is directly proportional to OH. No role of OH in this expression. Rate is only depending on the concentration of alkyl halide, and here rate, but this is not the reactant. Something is missing. Here you will have C6H5 whole thrice CCl. This will be correct, because rate will be directly proportional to the concentration of alkyl halide. When the concentration of alkyl halide will increase, rate will increase. So this graph corresponds to this reaction, because this reaction is a SN1 reaction. Rate of reaction depends on the concentration of alkyl halide, and in this option it is given that rate will be directly proportional to the concentration of alkyl halide. So for right now, these are the 3 questions. See you in another video.